How do huge trees grow so well in a forest? Is it because of the chemical fertilizer available there? What is found on the top layer of the soil is like this: decayed leaves. This is the fertilizer found in a forest. It is called organic fertilizer. It is the decayed parts of animal bodies and wasted parts of trees and leaves. What we remove as a harvest from a forest is very little, but a separate cultivation of a crop differs from that found in a forest. If a crop is cultivated repeatedly, the fertility in the soil is being absorbed by the crop. Also, the soil is liable to be eroded. Hence, the soil has to be made rich once again. For a plant to grow well, it needs 16 nutrients. Carbon, hydrogen and oxygen are obtained from the surrounding air and water. The remaining 13 components have to be extracted from the soil. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, sulfur and magnesium are the most wanted for the growth of a tree. In addition, nutrients such as zinc, manganese, iron, copper, boron, chlorine, molybdenum are also required in small quantities. Chemical fertilizer available in the market contains only 1, 2 or 3 nutrients. However, organic manure contains very many of these 16 nutrients. Although organic fertilizer does not release these nutrients so quickly to the soil as done by the chemical fertilizer, it creates a long-term healthy environment in the soil for perennial crops. It creates a soft soil for the roots to extend. Water absorption capacity in the soil is increased. It helps to increase microorganisms and insect population, which helps to enrich the soil. Organic fertilizer helps to retain chemical fertilizers introduced without allowing it to be washed away. Organic fertilizer is a good alternative to chemical fertilizer whose prices tend to accelerate daily. When we say organic fertilizer, we could see this in various forms. Fertilizer made of decayed leaves is one such example. This comprises decayed tender branches of trees and leaves. We can either plant this green manure on the land itself, or it could be introduced to the land from outside. If the land is fenced with Glyrisedia or Eramudu, the branches could be chopped and spread on the land. When these are decayed, the soil will be rich in every respect. The botanical term for Glyrisedia is Glyrisedia maculata. This contains 4.15% of nitrogen. Eramudu is another tree which we use very often as a fertilizer. Its botanical term is Eratrina leucosperma. This contains about 4% of nitrogen. While Suryakantha is botanically known as Tithonia diversifolia. This has about 3.83% nitrogen. Sun hemp is first grown on the land and then the land is tilled. Sun hemp is a leguminous crop. As such, it has root nodules. Atmospheric nitrogen is fixed and released to the soil by these root nodules. Also, when leguminous crops like Fusarium and Centrosema are grown among trees in rubber or coconut cultivation, the fertility of the soil is increased when it is mixed to the soil. As the soil is getting covered when these are grown, the moisture level of the soil is resorted. Also, soil erosion is avoided. The newly introduced soil conservation method is the double fencing, or the salt system. We could call it as the live fencing system. Here Gliricidia branches about 2.5 feet in height will be planted in 2 rows according to contours. When these are grown, they form a live fence preventing soil erosion. It also serves as a supplier of organic fertilizer to make the soil rich. Rice straw is another organic fertilizer. If the straw is spread on the field and allowed to decay, no potash component need to be introduced. If this system is practiced during every season, the introduction of nitrogen fertilizer too could be cut down to a greater extent. By this, our money is saved. Also, the fertility of the soil too is maintained without any effort. In this manner, any crop residue can be mixed to the land that is cultivated. The other organic manure is the excreta of farm animals. We could call it as the farmyard manure. This manure too contains very many organic matter useful for the crops. Cow dung is an example for farmyard manure. The dung obtained from the buffaloes contains 1.44% nitrogen. Cow dung contains more. It has about 1.74% nitrogen. If we use the dung of goats, it has 2.47% nitrogen. Fowl excreta has the highest quantity of organic matter, which means it has about 2.9% nitrogen. This means poultry manure gives us more fertility than any other farm manure. We shall discuss about compost manure, which is another favorite manure, in another program.